maybe we use pidgin English, they talk about, so that make the matter go well. When me I hear about illegal demolition of una property, I'm not happy for the matter. That is why from day one, when I see me for my church, for altar, I did do a live video, I did talk the matter. And I want to tell you, I say, now because of una house, when they scatter, and I make me refuse to work for PDP this time.
Thank you, sir.
Because you know if you demolish house where people spend money, people use their life savings for abroad, take build, you scatter and finish, because say nothing will happen. We don't pursue this matter for some years now. Maybe some of now where they here, now we don't hear what they talk say the reason why they demolish the house, say now because they take the water away.
You talked about demolition, and I'm sorry your house got demolished. And I wish you were in London yesterday, because the commissioner in charge of physical planning was there, and so she could have answered for this government. Like Benjamin said, I'm not part of this government, and technically I shouldn't answer and I can't answer for government, but I will answer your question. My understanding, because I've asked this question about houses that got demolished, but many of those houses were either on land that was like gutters, land that was supposed to be sewage, land that was supposed to drainage, and land that was not for building purposes. That is why I'm telling you what I heard. And I'm not talking for this government, because I have a number of friends whose houses were also demolished, and that's why I asked these questions. So I heard that the houses were built without proper approval, they were on the drainage, they were on areas. You know, I was going to ETT the other day, and I didn't understand how some people built the houses they built. One car can barely pass. You know, so I know that there was this problem, and I suspect if your land was demolished under the Baseke administration, that it must have been one of those issues. You know, I don't want us to engage because I can't talk for the government. But if you want me to help you investigate, send me the particulars. I'll ask the commissioner what happened to his land, and I'll get back to you and tell you what exactly the problem was.
And me and you, we very here say the land belong to government, Edo State government. Before you know, when protests come, they go on. They come to say, no, the Edo State government get an Obaseki and I buy the place. They say Obaseki and one start to sell the place for 30 million. When this one has come at that time, all of us cry, come out. People nobody go buy the land again, everybody withdraw, go back. People only basic, they evolve for this matter because they destroy E14 flats. I know go fit day. I know how many of my boys within that community where they destroy even MC, why the Wala police, the old building still go down for that matter. After they don't find Magomago when they want to come again, and now they can still come back again and say, if you know say you get paper, you buy land, then you come, make them give you 40% discount. Question I want to ask now, who they deceive you? Land when you say they walk away, waterway. You say the land they waterway. You later you said that government get the land. Later you said that Obaseki get the land. Later now you can say okay, come now we'll do discount for you because say election don't come out. I can't tell you now here say we wait the media we deal with you now. Una land now una land. Government don't take am by force from una land. Now need to come out. Now we need to hold up for broadcast. We need to let the people of the Edo State know say this is your land, and because I don't get people, now they feel say they want to oppress una career. Now, una see as well the one with the one vote for so. When he come out, he say the thing they water away. He never enter government now. He don't practice act to lie. So now see I say now continuity for what they go on. Yes. And I want to ask you a question. Why you say they don't call una last year? Say I bring 60%, no will leave her. Or that time they want demolition, wake up, give them order, say, no, they not touch this building, no. They say disobey court order, they go destroy them. Government let them obey court order. The one where they come now to, that one don't join the lie matter now, say, it dey water away. My people.
Or the people when see submit documents, then more than a year.
Why not call una? Una don't see their wayo. We no go gree them, no go fit fuck Ashawo 2 times. They no pay. Una don't pass 3 times. What they deceive una so? They'll say like this, they'll come like this, they'll come like this. We all will come out. No, if you know say you buy land for Oke Oroma community, you need to come out for the date we go fix because we don't want disclose date now. Yes. Now go come out in mass, we go join una come out. May Obaseki and Asue and PDP people make them join together, make them beat us. More John know say before they come out, now we the key. They go come out for the position. I cannot be so. So now let me get to tell you now. Make we.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, this is a need to set the record straight. We are the developers of Okoma, Ikpobaka local government Edo State, who has been and still in serious pain due to the undue oppression done on us by Edo State government, who illegally, without notice, and with total disregard to the orders of the Edo State High Court, demolished our houses and forcefully take over our landed properties. And we thereby continue to seek justice. For the summary and the recap of the matter, the Edo State government, through its secretary, who is now the aspirant of the PDP, Barrister Osue Ighodalo, a candidate of the People Democratic Party, went to the general public through the media that there is going to be a security check in and around Okoma community on the 29th day of September 2022. And so, no movement around the area on that day. There was no movement. That before the said date, there was and still a pending suit in Edo State High Court, Saple Road, Benin City, with the suit number B/21/2/2020 between Gaius Iduyuse Emokpai and 5 others for themselves and on behalf of the entire indigenes of Oroma village, Ikpobaka local government, Edo State, as the claimant against Edo State governor and 18 others as the defendant over false claim by the Edo State government of acquiring large parcel of land at Okoma village, amounting to the entire village. That in the said suit, the High Court of Justice presided over by Honorable Justice V.O. Eboreme granted an interlocutory injunction restraining Edo State government, its privies and agencies from forcefully taking over the said land, demolishing the properties and improvements on it, or doing anything that will affect the exclusive possession of the claimant over the land, until the matter is determined by the said court. We have the rights of summon and CTC of the said ruling. That on the 28th day of September 2022, Edo State government made several announcements on the media that there will be curfew in the community and environs on the 29th day of September 2022, and that nobody should be seen in the area. That surprisingly, on the said 29th day of September, Edo State government took several government officials, several security personnel armed with guns and other dangerous weapons, several bulldozers and several other earth-moving machines to the village and started intimidating the villagers and we, the developers, and without notice started demolishing buildings and other improvements on our said lands, arresting any person seen around the area and immediately charged them before a mobile court set up by the same government to try us for no offense at all. This took some days and led to demolition of over 1,000 houses of developers in the village. That the said demolition by Edo State government generated over 150 cases at Edo State High Court, Benin City, and ECOWAS Court in Abuja, including the earlier case stated. The said cases are still pending till now. That these issues led to a peaceful and without armed protest by those whose properties were illegally demolished, without due process and total disregard to the order of court demolished. That during the said protest, Edo State government ordered security agencies to arrest us, the peaceful protesters, and we were detained at the state CID for 2 weeks. And we were forced to write and sign and undertake that we will never protest over our demolished properties again. That despite the said restraining order and the cases still pending in the High Court and ECOWAS Court, Edo State government, through the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Regional Development, headed by one is Oke Oroma as the commissioner in conjunction with the so-called Edo State New Town Development Authority, made several announcements on radio, televisions, and billboards around Benin City and environs for the general public to come and buy the same land that was taken from us, that was forcefully taken from us. They went on all media houses to sell those properties. They went to Kora City, registered a company called Kora City to help them sell the properties that we owned. But the Edo State government thereafter called developers, collected their documents covering the lands, deceived us that he will compensate us. That he also called we developers, the villagers, and all concerned for a town hall meeting on the way forward. In that meeting, Governor Obaseki Godwin vows to fish out those that sold the lands to us and developers. He stressed that no matter where they are, he will collect the proceeds of sales from them and then prosecute them. The government even went ahead to place their pictures on billboard around the city. But today, the governor is whining and dining with the same land grabbers, which means we are totally deceived. That since then, Edo State government has been making frantic efforts to sell our landed properties to unsuspected or suspecting general public. Recently, precisely on the 26th of April 2024, out of desperation, the said state government went to register a new private company after they have registered Kora City. Due to the failure of the Kora City to carry out their assignment, they now went to register a new company 26th of April 2024. Out of desperation, went to register a private company with the name Edo New Towns Development Company Limited, with the number 7467984, with their head office at Edo State Government Secretariat Building, Saple Road, using the names of their friends and cronies as directors, in view of helping them continue their illegal acts when they are out of office very soon. Imagine a private company having their head office in government secretariat. That more recently, Governor Obaseki, through the said of Oke Oroma, in trying to woo and deceive us, the developers and the general public, to attract voters to their political party, knowing that election is around the corner, called on us, the developers, to come and buy our properties back at a discount rate. A statement we took very funny and in mockery. But also more recently, the governorship candidate of Governor Godwin Obaseki political party, the person of Barrister Osue Ighodalo, in trying to also deceive the public at Germany, claimed that the houses and other properties that were illegally demolished were on waterways. And yet, the government is selling the lands on waterways to individuals and also asking us who are the victims to come and buy those same lands. Where is the truth? The question here is, where is the truth? The land are not on waterways, neither does it belong to Edo State government. They are purely community lands, which the government is trying to deceive the public and illegally and forcefully acquire. In conclusion, and for the general public to note, anybody or group of persons, whosoever, that buys such land from Edo State government, or the said Edo New Town Development Company, or whatsoever name they call themselves, you are only buying a land that is under litigation, and it is caveat emptor. Please, for your own good, disdain from such properties, because you are being deceived. Thank you very much.
Yes, my concern, I want to appreciate my brothers who have rushed to come out today to react to the video that is circulating around the social media space, particularly in reaction to the press conference that we just read, is the issue that concerns Osue Ighodalo. I want the general public to help us to beg him to please mind his campaign. The people that he was telling in Germany, giving them false information, some of them were victims, and he was lucky that they didn't meet him in that meeting. Osue Ighodalo, from the statement he made, does not mean well for we, the developer that will demolish the houses. He was asked, what will you do about the houses that were demolished at Oke Oroma in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria? He couldn't proffer one solution to the people that are in pain. People that are begging for food today, they can't even feed. He was busy telling the entire world that we built house on waterway. And he went for that to say, though he cannot speak on behalf of the government, though yet he was not saying that he heard that the properties did not have approval. Is that the reason why he is not spreading the news? That was the reason why they demolished our properties. So I am begging him, he should not question the origin of our property anymore, because his own candidature also have origin issue. He also have root problem. Of recent, I heard that there was a court case against his candidature, and that one is not our business. So he should mind his campaign and go and solve his problem, and allow Edo State High Court to address our problem. Our case is before a competent court of jurisdiction. Does not even have the right to speak on our matter. And the last thing I want to beg Edo State government is that we have been hearing information anytime that people have been threatening us that we should not protest, we should not do this. Protest is our right. Am I wrong? No. Is it not our right? Yes. We have right to protest.
Yes. Yes.
The last time we protested, they arrested us and keep us in the police station for 2 months. 2 weeks.
It's illegal.
Osue Ighodalo should be giving details. The man that is his running mate, that is his uncle. What is this uncle name? Osue Ighodalo should be older than him to advise him on how things are going. Osue Ighodalo is the one that brought the document misleading the public that they were going for security exercise, and they went as far as to demolish our property. Is that not perjury? He lied on oath. The man that is a running mate to Osue Ighodalo. So Osue, you people want to deceive the public, and we are here to correct this notion. Those properties, we bought it with our hard-earned money. So we are not against your campaign, do your own, make we do our own. Don't use us to campaign anymore. If anybody asks you anything about our demonic property, tell them you don't have the right to speak on the matter. Are we in order?
Yes. I'm High Chief Engineer Pascal. I'm also a developer. I own properties in the said place, Oke Oroma to be precise. Just to lend my voice to the press briefing that was done a while ago. It is pertinent to note here that from my little studies, I have grown to realize and know that governance is about putting succor in the faces of people. The demolition of properties at Oke Oroma is completely out of place, considering what governance is meant to be. I'd like to also place on record here that in the said Oke Oroma, a good number of persons whose properties were demolished are people who had served government for their lifetime. Proceeds of their service were what they used to procure properties and develop those landed properties. But today, it's so painful to hear and see that having served the government for 35 years, and I've gotten up to the ages of 60 and above, everything one worked for suddenly went under the drain. By the same government, same persons served for 35 years, haven't grown up to 80 years. It is an aberration. It is an ironic absurd. It is really, really disappointing that a government that is meant to protect lives and properties is the same government that is busy destroying properties of citizens and indigenous. It doesn't go well. It is not a clear definition of what governance is to us. Just to put these few words to the light. The government of Edo State needs to wake up to their responsibility. Their primary responsibility is to protect life and properties and not to begin to garner lands and begin to go into sales of properties. I have never heard in the whole world where government takes to selling landed properties. I wouldn't know if that has suddenly become the business of Edo State government's business. I don't know why they have made that their business. The properties that were owned by your citizens, you claimed in one breath that are on waterways, you are turning around to want to sell the same properties that are on waterways. Have those properties suddenly gone off waterways? That's the question I ask. You say one thing in one breath and you do another thing in another breath. It goes to say that government is not truthful to its people. Government is deceitful, and that is not what we want for the state. Back to the point of Osue Ighodalo, who over there, in the outside country, was making allusions to things that he never understood. Like it had been mentioned, he should face his campaign issues. If he does not clearly understand the history behind the demolition, then he should keep mute. Whatever he has done over there is a clear demonstration of the fact that if he is voted into office, he is going to continue in that deceitful life. That is the path he's going to take. It is an office, and this speaks volume. And I want to use this opportunity to enjoin every Edo person to be wise. Because once bitten, twice shy. Thank you, gentlemen.